Knowledge is king. 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 Knowledge is king.
He did it again.
I did it again. I forgot how to, run the podcast.
It's been so long.
Although, I don't know. This one might just go forever. I wonder if we just loop this one. I might have to end that.
An hour and a half straight of
honestly,
knowledge is king.
I really like that song, and plain and simple, it doesn't get a lot of playtime. So why not start the show with it?
You're right.
Boom. So,
welcome to the Candid Athletic Training Podcast. We're back.
This looks evilish. Jeez.
Point to the K. Do you need? We're so off center.
Yeah, look how far over it is.
Well,
I'll move over. I'm gonna come over. By
yeah, come on in.
I'm gonna come on in.
Hug it out.
Come on
bitch.
in.
Hug it
come
out.
on in.
Name the show.
Hug it out, bitch.
Hug it out, bitch. Let's go.
I don't know.
Entourage.
No, I don't know that one.
You never saw Entourage?
I saw a couple.
Would be
episodes.
a great fat, actually.
What was Entourage on? Was it
HBO.
On? Yeah, see, I didn't have HBO back then. See, it loops. On that one.
Welcome, everyone.
I was still too poor to have HBO. I steal it from people.
Yeah, that's all right.
Thanks, Ryan. Thanks, Emily.
Yeah. Well, we're back. Episode 160. This is great. We took a week off. We're back. We're ready to go. Thank you to everyone for reaching out and wishing my father well. I appreciate it. He's doing better.
Better.
Depending on who you ask.
If you ask him, he's probably like, I'm fine.
He's fine.
I'm fine.
If you ask anybody that's had to interact with him, they're like, this guy.
This guy needs some help. Anyway, we got the Candid Athletic Training Podcast coming at you hot. Sorry we had to miss last week. Like Chad said, we just had to skip a week. And, we both feel more refreshed from it. Got a little more energy, got a little more spunk to our talk right now. But we should probably thank some very important people.
Yeah,
right?
let's start it off right.
Oh, healthy roster. You lovely sons of bitches, you.
I didn't know where you were going with that. Thank you to Healthy Roster. www.healthyroster.com, the premier EMR in the world, in the biz, as they say.
If you use an EMR, you better be using Healthy Roster. And if you're not, you're wrong. Call them. Call the folks at Healthy Roster. Talk to them. See what they can offer you. They have a lot of great products, I guess you would call them, right? And we're going to have Dan on soon, right? Because
Dan's coming on real soon.
What's coming up?
March.
What does March mean to you, Chad?
Fat brackets.
It is official fat bracket time coming up.
Be on high alert.
Be on high alert. Dan over at Healthy Roster, it's pretty much his favorite time of year. I know that because he always makes the worst bracket.
Dan?
Yeah, totally.
No, I did last year.
Oh, man.
I think he did. I don't know.
Although I should say that cautiously because I think sometimes his daughter
Here's the
fills
truth.
it out.
Kevin does the counting of the brackets, so he rigs it so that he looks the best.
So here's
it's
a little
scam, people.
Here's a little secret.
Hi, Bree.
If you've bought anything, particularly if you've bought a hat from us, our return address. If you want to send me stuff to butter me up, I'll make sure your bracket wins.
Send you some stuff right here. Try some stuff. Try this.
Right.
Okay, so our infatuation with Sour Patch. I was down in Florida helping my dad. Went to a popcorn store where they have like this wide variety. Sour Patch Kid popcorn. Kevin trying it for the very first time. It is. Give your candid review.
Ooh, that was sour.
Sour Patch Kids ice cream.
Wow, man, that one was more sour than Sour Patch Kids. Oh,
it's incredible.
Almost took my breath away. Okay, surprising so far.
Yeah,
has the crunch.
I honestly thought the sugar would just like melt the popcorn and it'd be, but it's like, it's just
So you know what? All right. You know when you eat caramel corn?
Unfortunately, yes.
And you're like, oh, this is going to be like popcorn, but then it starts sticking to your teeth.
Yeah.
This has a little bit of that crunch that caramel corn gives you. Mm-hmm. Oh, that one got me too. But it doesn't stick to your teeth. It's surprisingly nice.
It's so weird. It's like a love-hate thing.
To have
it's
sugary
it's either too much.
popped kernels.
It's so bizarre. Anyways, so if you...
It's hard to differentiate the flavor. Oh. Whoa. That one was
too much?
super cherry. Wow.
So you can't differentiate.
I was literally just going to say you can't differentiate flavors. I'm almost done with them.
You can't have more than a handful or two. And I can eat so much popcorn, but eating those...
That one was nice.
I literally have to stop after just a small amount because it's so overwhelming.
You know what's surprising? It doesn't... You still taste popcorn.
Yeah. All right, so here's the thing. It's called...
Pretty good.
It's called Wild About Popcorn. It's in Fort Myers, Florida. They ship all over the country. They have incredible... they have 30 to 40 different kinds. I had mint chocolate... I had mint chocolate popcorn because they do free samples and stuff like that. You can order the big containers, not to give them too much, but check them out, wildaboutpopcorn.com. You can try all sorts of crazy things.
All right. Are you... I know
we have so much fun things coming up. This is going to be hard to get through this show because we have so much to do and talk about.
Do you ever put anything but butter and salt on your popcorn?
Now that I make it? No.
No?
When I was a kid, my parents legit, I just talked about this, they would cut up apples. They'd do little apple chunks and put it in the popcorn, salty sweet.
Interesting.
I remember that from when I was a kid, and I just never did because...
That would be...
I'm
the sweetness.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Okay, maybe that's why that works.
Yeah.
Now... Have you ever done the cheese powder or the ranch powder?
My dad has, or my parents do. I'm fine with it. Every once in a while, just to change it up.
The ranch powder.
Your wife does the ranch powder?
She loves that ranch powder.
I used to do, when I used to work at the restaurant, they had this I don't know if it was just a generic version or their own blend of, it's called a Greek pasta seasoning. I would sprinkle that over the popcorn. Really good. Or over white rice with butter.
No.
Greek pasta seasoning.
Greek pasta. I have some Greek pasta seasoning. It's called Opa.
So we're getting some
some
live streamers are saying M&Ms. Thank you, Colleen and Kevin.
M&Ms in their popcorn?
Mm-hmm. Girl Scout popcorn. The cheddar is the best.
See, that's the other.
M&Ms. Everyone's calling M&Ms in the popcorn.
That was going to be my next question. Girl Scouts and Boy Scouts or Cub Scouts, I think all sell those tins that have all the different flavor popcorn in the one tin. And inevitably there is one flavor that ends up not getting eaten. I don't know what it is, but I guarantee it's one at least.
All right, I'm
going to look it up.
So I've seen tins where it's just regular, and then there's caramel, and then there's cheddar. 3 sections.
Yeah.
Are you more likely to eat the cheddar or the caramel?
Cheddar.
Cheddar. Definitely cheddar.
I really don't I don't mind caramel. I like popcorn.
Together?
Yeah.
I agree with you.
It's just, I like the crunch. I like that there's this sweet caramely taste to it, but nope, don't like them together.
Definitely. I agree. Damn, I'm going to finish this popcorn tonight, and I'm going to be up for hours. The sugar content coursing through my veins.
Act like you weren't going anyways.
So,
anyway.
healthy roster. Thank you, Brew Fitness. That's where we are on location. On location is where we are every week. I don't know why I just said that.
We are on location, though. We don't live
location,
here.
Yeah. We don't even work out here anymore.
I pretend to work out at the other one.
Yeah.
It's closer to work.
Thank you, Brew Fitness.
Thanks,
what
Brew.
else? We got a lot going on. The Winter Olympics is going on right now. We got a Super Bowl coming up. National Athletic Training Month is coming up.
When?
So that means fat brackets are coming up. Kevin and I have a very, 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 very important meeting coming up. It just got announced today. This meeting got set up with a potential sponsor. And that's all we're going to say. It would be very good for us, and it would be very good for you all.
Very good.
But we don't want to jinx it.
We're going to make it happen.
We're going to make it happen. Also, just for fun, I was messing around with some T-shirt designs. Be on the lookout for some new T-shirts, some new gear.
Some fun new T-shirts.
Just for the giggles. And actually, they might be fun just for National Athletic Training Month. What else? What are you working on over there?
Oh,
that's what I have. I have it on mine. You do the other one because I have that one on my phone.
Okay.
You do the other one. That's funny because you and I went to the same place. Like, what do we even say? Okay, we'll work about the socks and the thongs, everyone. They legit
socks.
want socks and thongs. Well, they don't want don't want thongs, but
Nate wants a thong.
we can have them custom made.
Nate definitely wants a thong.
Whatever. You guys can make your own damn thongs.
I was gonna say I'll get one if he posts a picture of him wearing
Chaps
it
and stuff.
But I know he will, and nobody wants to see that.
Hey, if this is a public live stream, so if you're new, just make sure to say hello. Don't be intimidated by all these people. Thank you to all the regular people that are on all the time. We appreciate, we love you, but we also love new people. So if you are joining us on the public live stream, just say hello so we can get you immersed in this culture. Do you have anything else, or do you want to start talking?
We can start talking.
Do the show? Okay, let's do it weekly. Nate said, I just gave the people what they wanted. Gets the people going.
Where do you want to start?
Well, let's just start where you were, because we're both there.
Okay.
So, Super Bowl fat. The Super Bowl is 6 days. So, in fact, if you're listening to this,
Super Bowl is it?
I don't know what the number is. Letters LVI. Was that LVI last year? Is it LVII? Is it LV2Is?
LVI.
Is it LVIs?
So
is that 56?
56.
So this is actually going to come out after the Super Bowl. If you're listening to it on your favorite podcast platform, but we're going to talk about it anyways for the live stream. Bengals versus Rams. Who would make a better athletic trainer?
The Bengals versus the Rams.
It's incredible. All right. So I pulled up personality traits of a Bengal cat. There's a jungle cat in the bathroom. Name the movie.
Get on, Karen. I don't know. Oh, probably Hangover?
It is The Hangover. All right, here's what it says about Bengal cats. The Bengal cat is extremely intelligent, curious, and active, and demanding a lot of interaction. When a Bengal cat gets bored, he can get into things and become destructive. He can take things apart to see how they work and can even open drawers and cabinets to see what he can find. It's actually like every athletic trainer I know.
Okay.
I mean, just the fact that they need so much interaction, that's kind of why we do it. I think the good athletic trainers crave that interaction between the athlete. You build those relationships. The Bengal cat personality makes this cat fun to live with, but he can sometimes be challenging.
Live with?
Yeah.
Who the hell's living with
the
a
Bengal
Bengal
cat is
frickin'
very
tiger?
friendly. He is always alert, and he notices everything. This is straight up
All right.
all important things for athletic trainer.
Okay.
Always notices everything, high alert, extremely intelligent, curious, and active, demanding a lot of interaction.
Okay.
He's playful, keep him entertained. He loves playing games and likes a good game of fetch.
So what were the Siberian?
He loves
tigers?
water play.
Is that what the magician dudes had? Did they have white? Like
Are you talking about Siegfried and Roy?
Yeah.
I don't know what they had.
Yeah. I think they were Siberian or something.
Bengal cats love to climb, and they need a lot of vertical territory. The higher up, the better. It's
Higher
like
up the better.
it'd be like like climbing up a
watching?
tower.
Yeah.
Just jump down
Eye
to
in
the injuries.
sky.
The Bengal cat personality is very friendly. The Bengal cat can be an affectionate breed if he is raised properly. He is not a lap cat, but he enjoys human company and will stay close to his humans. Bengal cats love people and will do anything to get attention from them. They're big talkers. The breed is very vocal and love to talk to their humans. That's the first thing where I'm like, you don't have to be a super talker to be a good athletic trainer. Okay, so that's kind of like the personality. Bengal cat has a very lush, soft coat and distinct leopard-like spots. The coat is sometimes referred to as glittered. It's not a delicate cat. It's a long, muscular, athletic, medium to large-sized cat weighing about 8 to 15 pounds or more. So I'm thinking of like a giant Bengal. This is the Bengal cat version.
Yeah, what?
Well, I typed in a Bengal cat.
Oh, okay.
Well, I typed in Bengals.
I was thinking of Bengal tiger because I'm pretty sure the Bengals.
All right. Well,
the
then
Cincinnati
everything
Bengals
I said.
are not named
Bengal.
after a house cat.
Personality. Bengal.
Anyway, Rams.
Yeah.
Rams are technically what? Male sheep, right? And then I think specifically the Rams that are of now Los Angeles are like bighorn sheep or something. This is what first comes up. Ready? Animals that live in the mountains and often settle arguments with fights that include ramming their heads into others.
Could you imagine just being the destructive athletic trainer? That would be so much fun.
Two athletes are fighting in the athletic training room, and all you do is come in charging with your head. I think that'd be awesome. Not to be confused with mountain goats, rams can be identified with their long, curved horns, long fur, and split hooves. Long fur, mountains, pretty resilient in the cold weather, right?
So they would work Winter Olympics.
They got split hooves, and they climb mountains all day. So they got very good. I'm gonna call it court awareness in that they're good on their feet. They know where they need to be, and you're not gonna knock them over. So you're not
Are you talking about mountain goats?
No,
It sounds like a mountain
literally
goat.
says not to be confused with a mountain goat.
All right, fine.
You're not because they're bigger. I think
You think they're bigger than a mountain
big
goat?
sheep, bighorn sheep, rams are bigger than mountain
Looky,
goats,
a bighorn.
I think. I mean, essentially, they're sheep, though. Okay, sheep work best in a herd. They conquer by numbers, right? They work well with others.
The sheep are the athletes?
I mean, they could be, or a team of athletic trainers conquering a field of grass. Rams. There's not much else about rams. Not gonna lie. Oh, they're herbivores. They don't eat meat, so they could graze all day instead of relying on the one kill that a Bengal tiger is gonna need to do. Right?
Yeah. All right. Everyone's calling me out for. I typed in Bengal personality and all it came up was Bengal cats. So Bengal tiger personality. Tigers are territorial and usually solitary in nature.
Bengal cats.
Yeah, but this is just about tigers.
Because they're like a badass tiger from a very
Oh,
specific
here we go.
region.
The Bengal tiger, Panthera tigris or Panthera tigris bengalensis, sometimes known as the royal Bengal tiger, and is a subspecies of tiger.
Oh,
So the Bengal tiger,
royal tiger.
the Bengal tiger is the second largest and the most common tiger subspecies.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that. That's interesting. The Bengal tiger is primarily found in Bangladesh, India, and also in Cincinnati. That's not what it says. It says also in Nepal, Bhutan, southern Tibet,
Yep.
and Cincinnati.
And Cincinnati.
Bengal tiger inhabits in grasslands, subtropical, and tropical rainforests, mostly in Cincinnati. Scrub forests, wet and dry, deciduous forests, and mangroves, and also Cincinnati. The Bengal tiger is the national animal of India and Bangladesh and Cincinnati. The average male Bengal tiger weighs 420 pounds. Holy cow. Body length of 6 feet and a tail length of 3 feet, and then therefore has a total length of 9 feet. Oh, the female Bengal tiger is only 310 pounds. Incredibly strong and able to drag their prey almost half a mile, even though the prey may be heavier than itself.
How much do you?
All I hear is it can carry an athlete.
How much do you think
it can do a
ram,
carry?
How much do you think a ram weighs?
A ram? I would say 240. Oh, that was a big one. That was a looky. That one might have been 450.
5 to 6 feet long, tend to tip the scales at 260 to 280, exceeding 300 pounds on rare occasions.
Okay, so the Bengal's slightly bigger.
Those boys are big, though.
The Bengal tigers have the longest canine teeth of any in the field. All right. Bengal tigers are mostly solitary, just like the high school athletic trainer. However, sometimes travel in groups of 3 or 4 individuals. They reside in the lowland parts of the rainforest. So they like to be in the lowland, in the muck.
Versus the rams like to be up top.
Yeah. See, give me the athletic trainer who wants to be down in the mud, in the dirt, with the athletes.
Rams, so the typical bighorn ram is native, I believe, to like kind of the northwest into Canada, that kind of climate.
Canada.
Instead of Nepal and rainforest. I feel like the ram could go more places. Not gonna lie. I feel like the ram is gonna have the ability to be an athletic trainer that could be in many different settings.
You think the ram is a little bit more functional?
Why?
Like
Tigers stay in one area.
Yeah, Cincinnati.
They're only in Cincinnati. So you know what Rams have done? They've been in St. Louis and Los Angeles. So they do it. They do it right.
It doesn't really talk about the specific.
Were they somewhere before St. Louis?
Personality, probably L.A.
Was it L.A., St. Louis, L.A.?
I'm not sure. So if we take the Bengal cat personality and the Bengal itself, I think you have a pretty good athletic trainer, but I don't know. So you're going with the Rams?
I'm going with the Rams.
I just don't see it.
Straight up
all
from
they
the
do
idea
is
that
blast things with their head.
Yep, but they only do it when they need to. And so
what are they doing the rest of the time? Just grazing?
They're grazing.
Eating like an athletic trainer?
They're watching
waiting for their coffee break?
Exactly. And they're watching their athletes, their fellow sheep and their field to make sure that it stays safe. And then when they need to attack, they attack.
There's a jungle cat in my bathroom. That's all I know is the hangover.
How about this?
What do they say on the live stream? Give us. What do you think? The Bengal or the Ram? And not the team. Abby, get off the game. Nobody cares about the game. No one gives a shit. Aaron Rodgers lost. Pro Bowl happened and they didn't even tackle. What the hell? The Bengals.
Thank you, Hannah.
My non-AT roommate said
Tim Prawl in the house. Oh gosh.
American Junior.
What if we did this? Okay.
Yeah, what if we did what?
Okay, we put the poll up here, right?
Yeah.
And then
all week?
Well, no, not this one.
I'm gonna just put this up.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You put it up on social
right now,
media.
I'll do it right now.
And then
next week we'll give you the results.
We'll do something based on whoever wins the actual Super Bowl. I don't know what we're gonna do, but we'll do something.
All right.
We'll give a Ram discount, or we'll give a Bengal discount.
All right.
We'll give a Joe Burrow discount.
Joey.
I like that guy.
Joey Burr. I can't even get anything out.
Although you know what, I like the fact that Matt Stafford gets traded to a team and now he's in the Super Bowl.
Right?
I mean, clearly that guy was a pretty good football player. Damn, Lions. They suck. No offense to anybody that lives in Detroit, but holy cow.
I just would like to say that we beat
the Rams were originally in Cleveland. What the heck? That doesn't make sense. Weren't the Browns originally in Cleveland? What do you want to move till next?
Yeah.
Because clearly we're going to have to figure this out later.
Yeah, we'll do it later. All right. Oh, here. We just did fat. Let's hit that button. All right, good. Why don't you pick one? We suck. It's been 2 weeks. What do you want to do?
Let's go to your friend or foe. Let's actually talk some
real
athletic
training. Okay. And I don't know. Something came on the TV today that made me think about this. And maybe it's more of a pet peeve than a friend or foe. And we've had part of this discussion already. But I want a friend or foe. The athletic trainer doing a physical on somebody before they're officially on your team. Because I know we just all get people through the physical, at least in the college setting.
Whoa. Are you saying us versus the doctor, or are you saying whether or not we're doing this exam at all? I can debate that too.
I feel like, should the athletic trainer be able to go to the coach, the GM, whatever, and be like, no, this person should not be allowed to continue to play sports, and not here. That's what I want to talk about.
Okay. All right.
And I don't know why. Something came up on the TV. I don't know what it was.
Something came up on that
Maybe it was
TV.
just because the NBA trade deadlines this week, and all these people get moved, and it's like, how do you know?
Let me ask you
Don't
this.
you want to know if it, I mean.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
You obviously don't say who and all the above, but have you ever been part of that situation where maybe a kid was, obviously you working in the college setting for so long that you and the, ortho eval the kid and said, I mean, this kid's shoulder's a mess. Like, he's not going to play for another year. Why would you give him a scholarship? Have you been a part of that?
I've been in the situation where I had one athlete that was not allowed. So they had come in. They had come in having a previous surgery from their own doctor back home from when they were in high school. Our doctor said, you know what? You need to go back and get your doctor to sign off before I clear you.
Okay.
It's 2 years later, that athlete still has not been able to get clearance.
Really?
Because they are still having problems. And it's the one time I can think of in 15 years where it just didn't, work for the kid. Yeah. Otherwise, more often than not, it's just all right, come on in, we'll just do the formality. Every once in a while, the echo will show something, and they'll have to wait and go through some stress tests, stuff like that. But how many trades are made in professional sports, and how many are pending physical, and how many don't work out? What do you think the percentage is? More than 5%?
Oh, yes.
You think more than 5% of all trades don't go through?
Yes.
I can't imagine that.
And there's a yes. In professional sports?
Yeah. I think you hear about some, but I think
you hear about 5% of them.
So you think, what's the number then? Yeah, this is Candid Athletic Training. Tell me what the number is. You've had more experience. What percent of physicals fail on a trade?
I'm going to say, how many trades does a team make? How many on average? Almost every team makes like a trade at the trade deadline, right? And then a couple more throughout the year. Baseball being unique with the whole, before September 1st, picking people up off of waivers, those kind of people as well. I'm going to throw in that because it's still like bringing somebody in your organization that you don't know about. 25%.
1 out of every 4 trades doesn't go through because of a failed physical.
Because I wouldn't even say a failed physical, but the medical staff saying this is what he has and what it could be. If this is a rental, whatever. But if this is somebody you're trying to trade for and keep for the next couple of years, guaranteed, about a quarter of them.
Wow. All right. That's way higher than I would have put it at.
And I would say, but here's I
would have put it in the single digits.
The reverse of that, though, is that there's a lot of organizations that will do the exact opposite and say, we don't care. Like, we understand the risk, we're still going to sign them. So I think it could be higher.
All right. Well, I feel like at the college setting, it's more like the coaches just be like, these are the people we're bringing in. Athletic trainers deal with it. And I think probably at the high school level, probably more of the same. And I think it's a big problem.
It's not a lot of athletes coming in to a high school.
You know how many people you're like, that's a ticking time bomb.
Yeah.
It's only, look at that throwing mechanic. Oh, you're going to blow out.
How many?
I remember playing you guys, and after the game, I remember the first time we had a scrimmage against you because we played you twice.
It was so fun.
I remember walking over.
I love that.
After the game, and the first thing Dave said to me is, well, that guy's going to blow out. And I was like, yeah, I know. I'm just hoping to get through the season. Because he had an inverted W or an inverted M. Yeah. And I was like, I know. Trust me.
But Steven Strasburg
But
does
the coach says, this is what we're working with.
Would you invert your W for $200 million? I would.
I probably would too.
Because
the medical expenses don't come out of that $2 million.
Even if they did. Yeah, replace my UCL. I don't care. Give me $200 million. Okay, so friend or foe, being able to do this exam before an athlete joins your team.
And really having the authority to say, look, no, this is not a good idea. Yeah. Coach, bring somebody else in.
Okay, devil's advocate here. Do you really want that authority?
Do you want to do the work up front and save yourself the work later? Or do you want to pay for it later and have a nightmare athlete? That's what it comes down to.
But I also think it comes down to.
I mean, that's why it's a friend. That's why I think it's a great friend or foe question, because it is a lot of work up front.
Do you want that pressure to make that call? As the athletic trainer, do you want that pressure?
Are you saying we're not equipped to do it?
No, I'm asking if you want the pressure.
I think as I get older and more crotchety, yeah.
All right.
When I was younger, I was just like happy to be helping.
Yeah. Okay.
But now I want to think about, man, do I really want to deal with this for?
That's good. That's really good. Because the further along you get, the more you should be capable of saying, based on my experience and seeing this, like, I don't know if we should be signing somebody that has this much damage in their knee.
Dylan just said, I hate having that authority. In case you're wrong, you look bad if you say no, they go somewhere else and succeed.
So here's also the devil's advocate to that.
Some really good points here.
I've always been the athletic trainer that said, yeah, just give me that hard case and I'll do everything I possibly can. And if I do get the 1 out of, say, 10 that is like this miracle, like this person shouldn't be playing this long, or this person shouldn't have been able to recover from this injury, and I get that to happen, I feel pretty good about it.
That's how I spent most of my career.
Yeah.
Or my entire traditional career is like, you know what? I don't care. I'll just make it work. I'll figure it out. But now that I'm out of it, I go, man, why did I force myself to deal with myself? Allow myself
to introduce
myself.
My name is Chad. And I worked hard.
No, what I'm saying is I just think our role, the problem is we're seen as the people that are just there to pick up the pieces or do the dog shit jobs. When really we should be the ones saying, look, no, this is going to happen. I think this is a bad idea. And I think the profession could be elevated if we had more of that authority. But we're never going to get it because the coaches think they know better than us in terms of how people move and what the risk reward is.
I think it can be a friend to the profession if, as athletic trainers, we all said, all right, maybe we're going about this in the wrong way. We always complain about how hard we work and that we get little pay and we don't get the respect that we should be getting. Well, maybe we transform the profession a little bit, add in this aspect of, you know what else I'm really good at? Predicting the future.
Yeah. My crystal ball.
I'm really good at it.
My ball says no bueno.
We're already movement specialists. You should be. If you're not, try to get there. Work at that. Like, pay attention to movement, because that's where you're going to see things. That's where you're going to see, based on the history that I just got from this player or this athlete, and then based on what I see them doing, unless they're a unicorn, they're going to break down.
Yep.
Now, that takes a lot of work, and it takes a lot of dedication from the athletic trainer to take on that responsibility. But if you do that, this is what I would say is going to happen. You are going to be looked at as a very vital aspect of whatever organization you are in. If you're in professional sports, you're going to be the go-to person. The GM is going to come down to you and ask you questions, not tell you things and basically ask you to confirm what they already are going to say. They're going to ask your opinion. So if you can get yourself into that position by learning what the movement capabilities are needed and what injuries and what everything looks like in the truly like when you're actually doing a pre-participation exam, which is really what we're talking about.
Yep.
And we take them seriously, and we actually deep dive to say A, B, C, and KLPQ mean this person's more likely to have this. But guess what? I know I can take care of K, P, and Q. A, B, C, or genetics, nothing I can do about it.
Man, you just said a lot of letters there.
I know. If you can talk like that to people, if you can talk to your boss, you can talk to the GM, you can talk to the athletic director, you can talk to the coaches, you start becoming very powerful. And that starts changing the dynamic of what athletic training is. What the difference between being the head athletic trainer in Major League Baseball and being the head athletic trainer, say, at a college sport, is conversations between you and the front office, and they look at you, hopefully, if you've developed a relationship with them and a trust, that your opinion matters. That's what happens in professional ranks.
It's interesting because on the one hand, you can understand it because there's a dollar sign attached to everything at the professional level, even though realistically there is at the college level too. But you would almost think you could argue the opposite. In professional sports, let's say you make a bad decision, bring someone in, you can get off that contract more often than not. You could like for what you just said, some teams
Depends
don't
on
care.
the sport, right?
You just said you like if you commit to a college kid and they suck or they get hurt or whatever, you can get rid of them, move on, but you just lost the development. Like with a professional, all right, yeah, I signed a guy, we took a chance, it didn't work. All right, let's move on.
That's true.
So, you could argue it both ways.
There's a little bit more money in professional sports.
Yeah.
Arguably not a lot more than some
But the thing is, where the sticking point is hopefully at the professional setting, the athletic trainer has at least almost a little bit compared to the coach, the level. Like at the college setting, I feel like whatever the coach says goes. Yeah. Athletic trainer is just there to take orders from the coach. Where in the professional setting, hopefully, the AT has a little bit more say-so.
How many high school kids did you evaluate before they signed their letter of intent or whatever to come to
How many
Milwaukee?
Did I get to evaluate? Mm-hmm. 0.
Yeah. So I think...
And you know how many came through and came on a tour and I met and be like, oh, hey, yeah blah, 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 blah. And you ask them none, 0%. Did I ever get to watch really move and be like, oh, yeah, this this is a legitimate person.
Right. And I would say the same thing. I wouldn't imagine the athletic trainer for the Alabama, sorry, Dave, football team is going to houses with Saban and
that's where the profession needs to get to. Maybe
or she, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there is an aspect to that. I also think athletic trainers wouldn't want to be the person.
You want to know what? Maybe that's what we should create. The scouting service.
All right, let's do it.
Where we just hire athletic trainers to go do that and then report back.
Yeah. This guy, based on this, and this, he's going to blow up.
Is that a business model? Could we do it? Could we make it happen?
Sure. Make a quick buck.
The service? Nah. Let's talk about it. We'll table it. All right.
It's a lot of traveling, though.
No, we just find people all over the country.
All right.
We hire people to do it.
If only we knew a lot of athletic trainers. Do you know any other athletic trainers other than me and you?
Kevin, I'm actually thinking.
I don't know any.
None.
I don't know any.
All right. I want to do your FMK.
Do you think anybody's freaking listening to us anymore?
Yeah, they actually are.
Okay, cool.
Well, although they started talking about recruiting on the potty or potty training and puppy training and
recruiting the potty. What? I got to learn this kind of things. I got a kid on the way. What am I doing?
No.
I know how to get my dog to not pee in the house. Can I get my kid to not pee on the floor? Is that possible?
Not in our house. Then it's whatever he does goes.
I don't know what your kid was doing, but you better get him on a track team as soon as possible because that kid's fast. I could not cover the landscape of the house as fast as he can. Oh, he's nuts.
Hannah missed last week.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to be a dad.
They got knocked up.
I'm going to be.
One slip through the crease, as they say.
It's amazing. You try it one time, and it happened.
They don't call him Super Soaker for nothing.
Wow.
All right.
I mean, I'm old, too. Just like, I'm sure you were like, this probably can't even happen. I'm so old.
Again, she forgot if it was candid or planted. It's like my favorite thing. This is so good, Kayla.
That's a pretty good one.
Candid or planted?
It was planted. Candidly.
All right, we're doing FMK. You got it. You're in charge. Let's do it again.
Well, it is Olympics time.
Boom!
And if you've been watching the Olympics.
And you haven't.
Which nobody has.
I have. I legit.
I've tried.
We've had it on every night at our house.
What have you watched so far?
Curling. For me, I wanted to watch some curling and biathlon. Those are my two. Curling and biathlon. I think they're... No, you don't change.
I'm not going to change it.
Okay. We watched
curling's
a little bit of everything.
Curling is by far one of my favorite events to watch.
How many rounds are there? Or how many ends they call it? Is it 7?
No clue.
Anybody out there on the live stream, let me know. Because I didn't watch the full match. We went to end up going to bed.
Kevin.
It was like the end of the 5th. I know they're like innings. I just want to know how many innings there are. I think they called them ends. 8 ends. All right. Thank you, Nate.
8. Nate would know. Good Wisconsin boy. I love curling.
Biathlon. I want to just shoot guns.
You can do that without being out of breath.
No, that's the whole point. All right. So
have you ever gone cross country skiing?
I told my wife this. We talked about it last night. My dad and I went cross country skiing probably when I was like 15 years old. We did like a couple weeks. We just did it.
Okay.
And then we stopped. Never did it again. So it's been 25 years since I've cross country skied.
Are those skis still in the basement at
the
Henneberry house?
No, I don't think so. I'll tell you what. It is
Drive.
one hell of a workout, though.
Oh, my God, yeah. That's the whole thing is can you do one of the hardest endurance activities that has ever existed by cross-country skiing up and down fucking mountains, then shoot a target, steady your heart rate. Have you ever, shot a rifle?
Nope.
The idea of keeping that aimed in the right area when you're
I know.
oh my God, it's a very impressive sport. Very impressive sport.
I don't disagree. That's why, and the U.S. blew it.
Did they really? So
I think it was the mixed. I think they literally were like I don't know if they. I didn't. It was kind of like just the highlights. I think their fourth leg or the anchor or whatever missed a shot and had to do a penalty lap, and otherwise I think they would have medaled. They might have still medaled, but I think the legit. They almost
the rhythm.
Yeah, I don't. I shouldn't say.
So, what else have you? What else is it? Like, what are the others? What are the other events?
I mean, figure skating is the popular one. Julie wanted to watch that, so we've had that on.
I can't watch it anymore. It's too
Did
much.
some of the a lot of the jumping, like
It's
the jumps.
Listen, they are incredible athletes. They're incredible athletes. There's something too dramatic about it, though. Like, for such a graceful.
You know,
I don't know.
okay. It
There's
was
something about it to me that's like there's too much. It feels like fake drama,
yeah.
and I don't like it.
Okay, it was just on before we were having dinner tonight, and I was watching, and something occurred to me as an athletic trainer. I was watching it. What? Okay.
If you're on the live stream,
Holy
which
Christ.
you are now, if you're
Hannah.
not on the live stream, you are missing great comments.
There's no coming back from it. Just say it. Just read it. Just read it. Fuck it.
No,
I'll read it. I don't care. It's
you know
not
what?
mine. One of our live streamers said, I'd like to see Shaun White in my half pipe.
Jesus.
right.
Y'all need
All right.
Jesus.
So here's where I was going before we were so rudely
we
interrupted.
still have an
with
FMK
the-
to go to.
I know.
as well.
And it's not even 8. All right, we're running out of time. I was watching figure
skip the rest
skating,
of the show.
and they're so like, I didn't see any kinesio tape.
Yes, Colleen.
I saw 0 kinesio tape.
Okay.
And it occurred to me as like, oh, because it's a production, it's like a theater.
Yep.
You can't show any kinesio tape.
Probably not.
Like, why? I guess I would just assume. I don't know where in my head I was caught off guard just a little bit because in swimming it's cut marks everywhere. In volleyball it's kinesio tape everywhere, but in figure skating it's none of them.
There's a little
Because you don't want to look like you've actually been an athlete. You want to look like you just came off.
There's a little of
runway.
that in gymnastics too. I think like gymnastics, there's a little you can't show a weakness almost, right? And that's what I don't. There's something about figure skating
It's just
that I don't resonate with.
it's just
I
interesting
have
to me.
skated many times in my life, and what they can do on skates is mind-blowing to me. And the fact that they can land and spin and jump, 40 feet in the air and spin around 12 times and do backflips, all of the above. It's incredible. But there's something about it that I'm just like, I can't do it.
Somebody on our live stream just said that Tanya Harding was from where they were.
Yeah.
Oh, that was Aaron. Oh, Jesus. Sorry, Aaron. Lead pipe. It's like Clue. I don't know. It's weird that different sports gravitate to different modalities. That's all.
One thing I was going to, so the Summer Olympics, I think, because they are your traditional Olympic events, I think tend to be watched more. But do you think the U.S. dominates the Summer Olympics?
Yeah.
The U.S. does not dominate the Winter Olympics.
They were in 5th place this morning.
Yeah.
3 medals.
Like, for the most part.
They had 3 silvers as of this morning. I don't know what happened today.
I mean, Shaun White, speaking of.
Did he
I'm sure
medal today?
I don't know. But I'm sure he's won gold medals in
Yeah.
snowboarding stuff. We've had some downhill skiers, the Lindsey Vonns of the world, but I don't even know if she's ever gold medaled. She was always hurt, unfortunately.
I mean,
Talk about Tanya Harding and
it's Bonnie Blair, it's Dan.
Bonnie Blair, Dan Jansen,
Jansen,
local heroes,
Milwaukee.
right? But that's about it. Like, there's not this huge line
How
of
about
U.S. Oh, Apollo Ono. He was a
Yeah.
big one.
well, just I mean, what's the number one sports moment in U.S. history?
The
Ice hockey.
Ice hockey.
I mean, that's right there. That was a team
believe-
thing, though.
But that was it. I mean, yeah. Believe in miracles.
All right, so what do you got
That was
for
a long time
FMK?
ago.
Yeah, 80.
Okay, yeah. Okay, FMK. Bobsled.
And this is what?
Feel the rhythm.
Being an athletic trainer for it, or doing it, or what?
Sure.
No, what's the FMK?
Yeah. Be an athletic trainer for it.
Being an athletic trainer. Okay, so bobsled.
Ski jumping.
Yep.
Okay. And then just speed skating.
Right.
Because speed skating is by far my favorite thing in the Winter Olympics.
I was gonna just say I think that's the one I would probably gravitate towards the most. Probably because it's going to be the most like track, the quads. Man, dude, they never turn right, do they?
They don't. They don't.
Okay, what would an athletic trainer do for a bobsledder?
Well, they're power athletes in reality.
Yeah,
Most of your I mean,
it's all about the
Jamaican
first
bobsled
10
teams,
minutes.
That's a real thing. Like sprinters that couldn't make it in the Summer Olympics sometimes end up being bobsledders. And they need that power. They need that. They need to have mobility.
Okay.
'Cause they need to be able to get into that thing.
That's what she said.
Oh yeah. If anybody can hear him cracking his neck on the podcast, I would love to know because I could hear it.
Yeah. Just thinking. All right, I'm gonna kill the downhill
Okay.
skiing,
Ski jumping.
ski jumping. I don't need knees. I don't need a broken neck. I don't need back. The landing, the crashes. Get
They
it out.
land so gracefully.
Yeah. Get it out of my life. I'm gonna pass on that. So I'm gonna kill it. I'll F with the bobsled because I think it'd be interesting to see for a little bit. I just think it might get a little boring because I don't really see what now. If it was
torque.
skeleton or luge,
There's some torque.
there's
going on in those
there's
bodies.
probably some real injuries in the luge. Well, there's some death in skeleton and luge, but the bobsled.
I saw.
If you're in the thing, wow, I don't know what kind of injuries they're getting in bobsled. So I'm gonna say it might be the most boring of the three
I
in
think
terms of
think they're getting a lot of like pulled hammies.
yeah, which is
push,
fine.
The push right away.
I don't feel like I'd be overmatched by it though.
Nope. The other thing I think they're getting are the torque and the what am I trying to think of, like, fighter pilots and the G's,
Cockpits?
the G's being forced on their bodies through the corners. I think create, like, they have to keep their head stable and they have to, like, be in a perfect line. Yeah. I think they hold so much tension through their body that
Just give me fingers and wrists. What, pulling levers?
well, the
Rock'em
person
sock'em over here.
person in the front, yeah. But I'm saying everybody has to, like, be together as, like, a unit.
Okay, so Tim's wife is I might be wrong, but at the national level in bobsled was like almost in the Olympics last time, I believe. And he just said his brother-in-law got a 2x4 impaled in his butt cheek while bobsledding.
The whole 2x4? Like, I mean, that's what she said, but, like,
yeah,
holy crap.
the whole thing.
The whole thing
So,
impaled into that butt
I'm
cheek.
gonna marry me.
Okay.
What's left? I forgot.
Speed skating.
Speed skating, yeah, because I think I would enjoy that the most. It's kind of like a sprinter, and give it to me. I want, and I actually think watching the event would be the most exciting for me.
I have to marry speed skating. I think I love watching it. I like watching even the distance ones versus, like,
what's the short track versus the long track? What's the length on that?
Well, I think the long track is still a 400-meter track. I think.
Oh, is it? I think
so. I think so. I'm thinking of the Pettit. I'm like, how many How many laps would that look like? Short track is freaking tiny. Short track, you're going to get crashes. You're getting precision from a short track. I think all of us, we've talked about it, right? Hips don't lie. If you don't have hips in a booty, you can't be a speed skater. Like that is
Glutes.
It's just glutes all day, glutes all freaking day, and so it is at the heart of all training, because use what your mom gave you. I have to marry speed skating.
I'm right there with you.
And it's the closest thing to track, obviously. I'm going to F. I'm going to F with the ski jumping.
Are you?
Because I think it's a quick hitter. I think it's just like, what is really happening in ski jumping? Somebody is in a crouched position, they push off, and then they just wait. And then they land.
Jumping. I was thinking of downhill skiing, but still.
Downhill skiing.
All knees torn out. Either way, it doesn't matter. It's the same.
Yes. But ski jumping is like one thing. It's just like.
Here's the other thing.
It's literally who can wait the longest to land.
Do you want to know what yeah, that's true.
And who's the most aerodynamic and who built up the most speed on a track that everybody is on the same track.
Do you want to know what you're going to be dealing with the most in ski jumping?
Ankle dorsiflexion.
You're going to psychosocial. It's all
probably.
psychosocial.
Yeah, that's true. So
you're going to have so many head cases.
I only want to do it once in a while. And I'm going to kill bobsledding, unfortunately. I'm just going to kill it.
All right, there was something on Twitter I saw. It was if you took all the athletes from the Summer Olympics and put them over here, and you put all the athletes in the Winter Olympics and you put them over there,
yep.
And none of them had any of their equipment. It was just them, and they had a battle royale. Which team wins?
Oh.
Like, there's no equipment, there's no anything like that. This was on Twitter. Somebody put it out there. We're going to skip our top 5 just for time segment. We're going to go to our feature topic after this. So I just wanted to,
You didn't have to tell anybody.
Yeah, it's all right. It's actually a really good
Honestly,
top 5, too.
I think the Winter Olympics.
That's what I thought.
Hockey.
Well, then you have wrestlers. You have throwers.
You have wrestlers.
You have throwers.
But then, I guess you got cross-country skiing versus marathoners. You got
who's just
strong little gymnasts versus strong little short track speed skaters. I'm still going Winter Olympics.
Hockey players have to win. That was my first thing. The hockey players are going to be.
Although you can't drop gloves in the Olympics.
Is there rugby in the Summer Olympics?
Oh, I don't think so. I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so.
I just feel like they are going to.
I feel like there's so many more Summer Olympic events.
There is.
Like so many more. Archery. Which is so fun to watch, actually.
Ping pong.
Ping pong. One of the greatest things about the Olympics is that somebody's really good at something that all of us have tried.
Say that again?
One of the greatest things about the Olympics is that somebody's really good at something that we've all tried and have succeeded at, right? Like, I've shot a bow and hit bullseyes many times.
Really?
But I couldn't do it. Yeah.
How often you go archery?
Not often.
Okay.
But I still did it.
Okay.
And I could hit a bullseye.
Okay.
Yet, I couldn't compete at an Olympic level. You can literally drive down the street and go to a curling club.
I know. I
area.
want to try it so bad.
And you could win every week. And you could get, the bag in the cornhole. Like, or shuffleboard, right?
Yeah.
Like we've all played shuffleboard, but yet there's Olympic athletes at it. That's what's so great about it.
Yeah.
It's not gymnastics. It's not swimming. It's not even volleyball. It's not even track and field. It's some of the other sports that everybody's like, I've done that before.
I know.
I've gone downhill skiing before. So awesome. That's why it's so great.
All right.
What do you want to do? A topic of the week?
Yeah, let's skip ahead here.
All right.
All right. I didn't finish my homework on this.
You didn't?
No.
Why didn't you?
I don't know. So you're going to go first.
Okay.
So we're creating the perfect athletic trainer. We put this up on social media for fun. We just gave you some categories, kind of like when you're building a video game character, your attributes, your Madden scores, whatever you want to call it. We gave you 7 categories to divvy up 500 points. And it's basically just which characteristics do you think are more important? It's a different way of rating what do you think is important. It's kind of what we do every week when we do our fictional athletic trainer debate, but now we're just putting it to numbers. So Kevin's going to go first while I come up with my numbers.
So I looked at the categories and
why don't you read them just so the people that haven't seen this.
Categories being speed, intelligence, creativity, multitasking, endurance, communication, and personality. You had 500 points. You had to evenly distribute somehow through that. The 2 that stood out the most for me right away were creativity and multitasking.
Yeah.
And I thought, okay, I could have gone 500 at a category, but I comfortably am thinking,
yeah, are you like
if I'm elite, if I have 500 points, 100 is going to be pretty up there on distribution of characteristics of an athletic trainer. So I went 100 with creativity and multitasking. I think creativity, it helps to be intelligent in your creativity, but if you don't have the ability to be creative with your intelligence, you're probably hurting yourself and you're hurting your athletes. I think being creative as an athletic trainer is one of the biggest things we need to be able to do. We need to be able to see a situation and adapt to it, create a full athletic training room in a crappy little dungeon of a space that somebody gave us that they thought, oh, all you really need is a table and some tape, right? When in reality, we need the state-of-the-art facility. And so, therefore, I want creativity out of an athletic trainer.
Oh, we just had a Will George sighting.
Will George.
Welcome, Will. It's your first time on the podcast. Everyone say hello to Will.
Where the hell you been?
Will got me my current position. Thank you, Will.
So, multitasking, though.
This is so hard.
To me, multitasking is the next aspect of...
What was your number 1?
Creativity and multitasking.
All right.
Are both, to me, 100.
Hondos.
I almost went a little higher on the creativity side of it because I think, man, it's what I do all day long. I end up getting in a zone every single day. I'm like treating people of like boom, boom, boom. Like I'm treating this and I'm going through the motions and I know I'm helping people and like I know that this person needs this. I know that this person needs this. But what sets us apart from a setting that doesn't create healthy athletes and patients or whatever, I think is the creativity that we bring to it. Multitasking has to happen because we have multiple athletes, we have multiple patients, we have multiple clients, whatever setting you're in. We need to be able to handle more than one thing at a time. That's also why I think that athletic trainers are actually more equipped to own clinics than maybe some other professions. Then I went Okay. I need that intelligence. I can't be a dumbass. I can't have just faked my way through school. I needed to have some base that I'm building off of with my creativity. So I went 75 with intelligence. And then I also went 75 with endurance.
This is so crazy, Kevin.
So I looked on our Twitter feed, and a lot of people were putting endurance off. And I think because a lot of people were thinking about endurance being like, are you tired at the end of the day? Or like, could you just run for a mile and to be an athletic trainer? Like, do you need to be able to run for 5 miles to be an athletic trainer? No. But the idea of being an athletic trainer, it's a long haul career. It is can you forget how tired you are and still go to work? Can you forget how little sleep you get and go to work? And that's what makes us really good at our jobs, which hopefully leads to better careers and better benefits and all the above. But I think it's a very important aspect of what makes a great athletic trainer is that I can keep going because I know others around me might not be able to. So I went 75 intelligence, 75 endurance. Where else? I went 50 on the communication. Plain and simple, I need to be able to communicate with my athletes. I need to be able to communicate with my patients. I personally don't need to be able to communicate very well with other people other than explaining what an athletic trainer and what I do for a living. I think creativity comes more into play of being a good communicator than just being a good communicator. Like passing on the email to this person or one of my worst qualities when I was an athletic trainer in professional sports was probably communicating with my, I guess, superiors. I just handled things instead. And it got me in hot water sometimes. Now, I don't think my athletes suffered from that, though. I think the only person that suffered from it was my boss, right? So, communication 50. What do I have left? I went 90 on the personality. Almost 100. So, it's really like my third most important thing. Second or third most important thing. In the idea that I think that's the only way that we can communicate our creativity and our intelligence to our patients, to our athletes, is if we have the personality that people will gravitate towards. If nobody comes to me, athletes included, yes, in certain settings I can get a paycheck. But in other settings, in most settings, I'm not going to have a successful career if people aren't coming to me and trusting me and wanting my help. I think your personality is a big thing with that. Which led me with 10 points on speed. I literally gave speed 10, which is very weird because I think it's very important to be fast because I've been fast my entire life. But, so she said, it just to me was like the last little thing that I said. All of these other ones outweigh being a fast athletic trainer. We all have to get a competency of certain times we have to be able to tape an ankle in 2 minutes. But I think slowing down almost as an athletic trainer will help you. I don't think necessarily being the fastest gunslinger in the West of preparing whatever or doing the fastest stretch or whatever it is. I don't think that's necessarily something I need. You got it? Well, how's your math coming up?
I'm just double checking because I've been all over.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I got it. I'm at 500.
All right. Go for it.
somehow I was frantically doing this, and I somehow still listened to you. That's multitasking.
Sure you did.
No, I actually, because here's what I'm going to say. A lot of the things you said were exactly how I was processing. Very similar thought processes.
Me and you thinking similar about something. That's
weird.
Just weird.
Now, I just made a last minute.
We should do a podcast together.
You want to start a podcast?
Look at that.
I did make a last minute adjustment because I was gonna go in a completely different direction, and I just got really disappointed in myself because everything that I would have said in the previous 159 episodes would have went out the window if I wouldn't have made this last second change. I literally just bumped up personality from like literally dead last to.
You were gonna put personality dead last?
You could be an asshole and still be a good athletic trainer.
Yeah.
You can be. And that's why I was like, shit, I literally had it at 50. Do I think it makes you a great athletic trainer? And like, you could make an athletic trainer and have zero personality. It makes me think of Patch Adams. It's in Patch Adams. It's like the guy who's like the smartest guy in the room, but I can't get her to drink, or I can't get her to eat. And I was like, we're trying to build the perfect athletic trainer.
Okay, so I know a lot of asshole athletic trainers.
Yeah, me.
But they have that personality of them being an asshole is strong. And so people gravitate towards it. So that therefore it wasn't a good personality. It's a strong personality, right?
Strong like bull.
Strong like bull personality.
Well, I bumped it up.
Yeah, as you should have.
Okay, so here's where I went. You said the two most important things to you. I believe you said creativity and multitasking. Or did you say intelligence and multitasking?
Creativity.
Okay. So I got a top 4.
Your numbers are crazy.
Yeah.
I think you're going to be
going
to be well-rounded.
That's it. There are things on here. Like, you don't want to just be like top heavy, bottom heavy, because you don't want any weaknesses as an athletic trainer.
Heavy.
If you're creating,
just bench all the time.
Okay.
It's leg days for wussies.
So for me, my top 2 were intelligence and multitasking. I agreed with everything you said about multitasking.
Yeah.
And I think being able to multitask raises your actual speed score. You might be moving slowly, but if you're able to do 2 things at once, you're going to get them probably done a little bit quicker, so your speed almost looks better than it is.
It's true.
So I traded off speed as my lowest. Speed is my lowest. I agree with what you said there. Sometimes we probably should slow down. We try and speed through things, and maybe that's when mistakes are made. But for me, 85 in the intelligence, 85 in the multitasking. I think sometimes we don't give ourselves as much credit in terms of how smart we really are. Since I've gotten out of the traditional setting and gone into working with other healthcare professionals, I am amazed every day at our level of knowledge and certain things that other professions don't have, and I think we don't value it enough. So 85 in those things. The next 2 things I originally had creativity as my third place by itself. Creativity, I agreed with everything you said. I think
at how much?
At 80. 80. So just 5 below my top scores, which were 85. So I have 2 at 85, 80, and I bumped up personality all the way from 50 to 80 because I just couldn't live with myself. I think this is a human interaction profession, so give me more personality.
You know what?
I made a last-second switch there, though.
You know what's funny is this is also a very good representation of you're a math guy, and I'm not. And so
you just added your scores, and it's what?
Oh, if I would have not started with like 100 and I would have started with 80, I would have been sitting there with a calculator like, oh my God, what am I doing? You put 100, 75, 50. I can add those things together pretty easily.
Well, that's where I started. I'm like, I need to trim some fat. Let's go move it down. All right, so personality 80, creativity 80. Then I had endurance and communication at 60. I think endurance is getting pooped on by a lot of people. I think working the long days, working the weekends, I think the stamina is important. More important than we really believe it to be. You don't want to make mistakes at the end of your day. Communication, I think, is probably seen as super important, but I'm not sure it's as important as we think it is. I guess this is probably a little hot takey. I think you could probably not communicate well and still do a decent job. Just my personal opinion. You can have quiet athletic trainers. You can have real boisterous athletic trainers. I think explaining things is somewhat important, but I think if you can get results, how you communicate it might not be as important. And then in last place, speed. And we already mentioned that. So,
what do you see as speed in athletic training? Getting the coolers done.
I think when I originally put it in there, it was more like how fast you move through things, how fast you complete tasks.
Because there's part of me that says some of the best athletic trainers I've ever been around are not fast.
Yeah.
They like take their time with things.
I think it just started. It started with speed because that's something you would typically see in a video game, and I'm like, all right, is that important? Speed, how fast we move. It was, whatever. You could have picked 35 different categories to try and rate, but I just tried to.
We both have never worked the tape heavy sports.
Yeah.
Right? Like neither of us have been basketball people, football people. So, I mean, there is an aspect of if you can do your job really well, really fast, I mean, it's pretty great at times. But I think there's other times that
So
I think you should slow down.
What do we have here? Any other comments in the live stream? And we had it on our social media, so if you want to check it out.
Kayla's mad at you because you didn't read what she was writing.
What? When?
I'm only assuming that fat bottom girls. I think she wanted you to read something about fat bottom girls.
What did I say? Bottom heavy.
We were talking about being top heavy and bottom heavy.
Hot takey. Hot takey. Hot Takis, the chips. Oh, what did I miss? I missed something. Oh, I saw it. In fact, I chuckled. I haven't even gotten to it. It was Nelly, right? It was Nelly.
Huh?
15% concentrated.
Oh,
yeah, I saw it.
In there?
I will get. We'll get up to it.
Even higher? I don't even.
It's
know.
way up here. Hang on.
Okay.
I saw it.
Kayla was a little upset that you didn't read her lyrics.
And here it is. Here it is. Hold on.
You're a lyric king.
10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, and 100% reason to remember the name. That's not Nelly. Who is that? That's
I have no idea who that is.
Did you not see it before?
No, I didn't see it. That's probably when I was talking. I can't read and talk at the same time. Come on. I can't multitask. That's why it's got to be 100%. That's why I'm not a good athletic trainer.
Damn it. I did see it, Kayla.
Fort Minor.
Who? Did she say?
Everybody keeps saying Fort Minor.
Fort Minor?
Fort Minor.
Nate said speed 40, intelligence 85, creativity 95, multitask 85, endurance 70, communication 60, personality 65. So he was high on the creativity and multitask. So he was right there with you.
You guys are trying to be too well-rounded. I want top heavy. You got to suck at something. Otherwise, you don't know what to work on.
See, Will said efficiency over speed. Being efficient and effective in other areas makes up for the decrease in speed. I agree.
Will also said something about communication.
I know, and I shit on it. Oh, well.
Sorry, Will. I mean, it's just coming from, I'm just a bad communicator. Ask my wife.
We suck at it.
Ask my wife. Literally, I've gone to the don't ask me, just ask her, and then we'll figure it out from there.
It's not Nelly. Fort Minor. What the fuck? I don't even know who Fort Minor is. Apparently,
and somebody.
It's a rapper.
It's a rock band, dude.
No, there's a rap song. This is rap lyrics. God dang it! Don't tell me. I'm gonna find it. Mike Shinoda from Linkin Park. All right, fine.
Shinoda. Yeah.
Sounds like a Wisconsin place. Mike Shinoda. Whatever.
I don't know what that song is. I'm gonna have to listen to it.
I'll find it for you. I think it was a video game.
This?
Yeah. It's a jam.
I don't know if that's gonna. That might come.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get flagged. We're gonna get flagged.
Get flagged. All right. You know what?
Let's shut it down before we get banned. They're trying to kick me off because I don't know. I think they're mad at me.
Of course they're mad at you.
Why is everyone always mad at me? What the fuck?
Oh, you deserve that. You know, you can't remember lyrics.
I deserve it.
Oh,
well,
that was a good song.
Yeah, we'll get to it. We'll play while we're.
Song.
Let's play it when we're cleaning up this mess.
Anyway, thank you to Brew Fitness for allowing us to sit in your lovely space and do a stupid podcast so that people listen to us. And thank you to all that are listening. Thank you, Healthy Roster, for making this possible, because we would not be on this live podcast without them. And a lot of great things coming down the pipe. CandidAthleticTraining.com. Get on there. Check out our merch, our apparel. If you want a coffee mug, you want some shirts. Sorry you can't get a Super Mario shirt, but you can get a hat. Maybe there's a Super Mario thumbs up shirt somewhere that we can get going. Check it out, CandidAthleticTraining.com. Tell your friends to sign up. You know, it was an open, live, public stream today because we want to honestly promote the profession, right? We want to promote the profession. We want to get more people listening to the topics that we want to always talk about. It's not always about just what the research is saying. It's kind of how do we all speak with each other, and that's why we created this goddamn podcast.
That's why communication is so fucking important.
That's why communication is, what did I put down? 50.
50.
Right?
Hey,
ironic that it's so not important, but do a podcast about it. Anyway.
Next week, Valentine's Day.
Oh, gosh. Next week.
VD.
Remember, order your flowers now for your significant other.
Let's do a public one on Valentine's Day, too. Let's spread the love.
Spread the love. You know, Fat Bracket's coming up, so get excited about that. Start writing down your favorite fat athletic trainers, and oh God, thanks for everybody for listening. Thanks everybody for tolerating our awful podcast, and can't wait to see you next week.
Bye.
Oh God, it's ended.